It's sprint day, aka headlamp day, aka Thursday. I am headed to the track. It is another very early morning to me this morning. Alarm went off at 4:20. Keep pushing that bad boy back. Last week I got up I think at 4:30 or 4:45 and got to the track and only had just enough time to get F2 done before I had to go to boot camp. So this morning I figured I needed to push myself a little bit further. 10 minutes wasn't enough. So I'm giving myself a little bit of extra buffer here to get to the track and be able to knock out a few more sprints. Do I want to do this? I can tell you without a doubt, unequivocally speaking, I most definitely do not. However, I just keep thinking about how I'm going to feel, how much better I'm going to feel when all of this is done this morning, including that ball kicker, that 4-minute dead hang that kicked everybody's ass last week. But, you know, today's principle is I commit to the process, and I've committed to living a challenge-based life. I've committed to walking the 1% journey. I've committed to making myself harder to kill every single day. And when you do those things, when you make that kind of a commitment, this is the type of sacrifice you must make. So 4:20, the alarm goes off. 4:40, we're at the track. 5:15, we're done. 5:30, we're at boot camp. 6:15, our ass is hanging from the bar. It's another day in paradise. All right, leg one of Thursday's workout is done. 17 rounds in a little over 18 minutes. The reason I didn't stop the clock at 17 was that I wanted to make sure I finished my 17th lap. So I did that. I think my average pace was just under an 8-minute mile. Now, I've always considered myself to be more of a sprinter than a distance runner, but I tell you what, I think I'd rather run 2 8-minute miles or even 2 7.5-minute miles than do those sprints. Ugh, no fun. It was nice and chilly out this morning and really damp. But all things being said, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I expected. I'm glad I got 17 rounds in today instead of the 10 that I only had time in to get last week. The only thing is, you probably can't see it, but back here, there is a 4-H barn at this middle school that I'm at. I guess where they raise their animals and whatnot. And so every time I came around that second turn, I got a really nice fresh whiff of manure, which is just what you want, right? When you're running sprintables. Anyways, all right, signing off. Time for boot camp. See you guys soon. All right, team. Leg 2 is done of today's marathon workout. Now it's time for the finish. Between you and me, I would never admit this, but my boot camp workout was not as hard this week. He went a little bit easier on us than he did last Thursday. So I'm hoping that means that I'm gonna be a little bit better on this finisher this week with the 4-minute dead hang. Last week, I think the longest I went without falling off was about 1:40. And I ended up having to do 5 sets of burpees, including falling off at 3:56. Couldn't make it those last 4 seconds. I was pretty ticked about that. But in any event, got my headlamp on. CJ said I looked like a coal miner last week in my video, but when it's pitch dark outside, gotta do what you gotta do. Once I'm done with this, I'm gonna knock out the rest of however many burpees I have on the 100 burpee bone, and we'll head home. Here we go. much better this week. So I only fell off twice. The first round I was able to go 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Second round I think I went close to 1:40. I think it was like 1:36, which only left me like 5 or 6 seconds at the end. So I tried CJ's grip with the 5th finger on top today, and I think that made quite a bit of difference. So did the fact that it's only 52 degrees out today instead of 80 and humid like it was last week, and my hands kept slipping off the bar. The downside was I only got 20 burpees done during my holds, and so I had to finish the last 80 here before I got back into the car. But what is this? It's day 14. Day 14's in the books. Headed home. It's an hour and a half, two and a half hours since I left the house this morning. So I've got my work in. I've got my work done for the day. I told you I wasn't looking forward to it, but I was looking forward to the way I was going to feel when I was done. And that's 100% true. Today's principle: commit to the process, trust the process. We're getting stronger. We're getting mentally harder. We're doing it.